Hey, testing, 1, 2, 3. I see some people in here. Hope y'all still here. Hope y'all can hear me. Hold on. I don't know. Oh shit. Okay. I don't know if you guys can hear me. We having some internet problems over here. I was an hour late, so testing, 1, 2, 3. If you're in the building, let me know. I see Al Money is in the building. He said, Miss T. He said, I was slipping on my water over the weekend, Miss T. Been drinking alcohol, but I'm back focused. That's all that matters. That's all that matters. Sorry. I'm always having internet problems over here. I'll be glad when I get with somebody else. Um, but anywho, we here and we're gonna review this weekend fights. And we got something to say about these Terence Crawford haters. You guys taking delusional to another level and you just won't let it go. But y'all know what I do at the top of my hour. We're gonna play the intro and then we're gonna do the water check and do our usual. So first let's turn to Welcome back to Boxing Fans Talk TV. I'm your host, CDT. You can refer to me as Miss T. Yeah, we had internet troubles over this way, so I'm coming in an hour late. And y'all know my normal times, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. But can't get online if the internet ain't working. But I'm here. But y'all know what we do at the top of my hours of water check. Here at Boxing Fans Talk TV, we advocate that everyone drink at least 100 ounces of water. An adult or somebody 16 and up can drink a gallon of water. Real easy. That's 128 ounces. But I wouldn't suggest you drink a gallon of water and you don't move around or be active in any kind of way. But the formula is half your body weight in ounces of water. But like I said, the average person should shoot for 100 ounces of water. You're going to see a difference, good differences. You're going to be much healthier. You're going to dilute some of the stuff that you put in that ain't cool. You're going to balance things out. Water is a life sustainer. And you'll lose weight drinking plenty of water or whatever. But half of your body weight in ounces of water, you can't go wrong with that. But let's say you weigh like 300 pounds. You don't want to drink 150 ounces of water. So, that's why I say shoot for 100 ounces. You probably make that or come short. If you come to 90 or 96 or 88 or 85, you're still good. Close to 100 ounces. if not 100 ounces, is good. It's a good day. If you don't reach your goals, you felt like you could reach your goal. After all, tomorrow is another day. I'm sipping on my water now. Like I get jiggy with it. Like at first, to get myself drinking water, I put a mini fridge in my room, and then I bought 8 ounce bottles of water instead of them 16 ounce, because you know how that is. You open up a 16 ounce is good, the first 8 ounces, then you sit it down. You promise to come back to it, but you never do. So I switched to 8 ounce bottles of water, and then the mini fridge would be ice cold like I like it. Then I got me one of those water coolers like that they have in the office, and I got a 5 gallon tank, and I fill it up with fresh water that come from the ground. Yeah, we have a spring over here down the street from where I live, and I utilize that. I bought me some pool strips, and I test the water, and I'm either at 6.9, um, purity wise, pH balance wise, or a 7. And 7 is neutral, so can't go wrong with that. And that water is probably better than the water that's sold in the store, even the so-called spring water. I don't do purified water. I don't do distilled water. I don't think nobody should do distilled water, but some people do. Put it in your plants and look at it for a couple of weeks and tell me what happened. 9 times out of 10, it'll kill your plants. So that's why I don't do distilled water. Um, but drink your water. And we know that a lot of people are not big water drinkers. We know it's boring drinking water all the time. But your body can't acclimate to that. And you should make it possible that your body acclimates to that. But people are not going to be big water drinkers if they don't want to. So we say at least 2 times out the day that you drink your water. And that's first thing in the morning and at night before you go to bed. Um, First thing before your toes hit the ground, before you get off and doing anything, even washing your face and brushing your teeth, have 8 ounces of water ready to be consumed as soon as you open your eyes. And if not, then the mini fridge is hop, skip, and jumping away. So you just grab your water bottle out of there and drink up. That should be the first thing you do. Your body's an engine is getting revved up, and the water is the lube. The second time is at night when you get out the shower. Some people take their showers at night before you put on your pajamas and lay it down for the night. It's going to take you probably about 15 to 20 minutes to fall asleep. Drink you 8 ounces of water. In fact, the American Heart Association encourages people to do just that. And anytime they say something like that, I mean, definitely should give it a try. And besides, there's a lot of work going on when you go to sleep. We're talking deep sleep, not cat naps. A lot of reads going on: rebooting, revamping, recharging, redirecting, recreating, um, reorganizing. It's just a lot of stuff going on, and you need your body to be moving in an efficient manner. It's a lot of stuff going on, and you never know. Water is the thing that's gonna help it move smoothly, and it's a wonder that the average person burns between 900 to 1,000 calories at night in the deep sleep just by sleeping, and that's because of all those reads. And like I said, it's a lot of work. You in the deep sleep, you don't feel it, you don't know it, but it's you in a deep sleep, and you need that water to help that stuff move along quickly and efficiently. And so those are 2 times that you should drink water. And if you start there and just add one more 8 ounce and one more 8 ounce, that's how you do it. That's how you acclimate yourself. But do drink your water. And if you have a weekend like my man Al Money had, it's okay. It's okay. You can splurge sometimes, but you rather judge your body and its performance by weekly, not daily all the time. You know what I'm saying? A daily event in your body's activities or whatever's going on with your body does not give an accurate description. It's what it does for the week. So if 6 out the 7 days a week you've been drinking your water and getting your water on, that little binge of alcohol, it ain't gonna hurt nothing. And matter of fact, I always say, if you drink all your water, then go ahead and drink whatever else you want. Don't deny yourself sodas and alcohol or coffee or whatever it is that you drink. But you just have to make sure you get your water in before you do all the extra stuff. And that noise you hear in the background, I done took my water drinking to another level. And God knows I don't know where I would be if I didn't drink this water, because y'all know I suffer from autoimmune disorders and I be always having problems. So if I wasn't drinking water, Lord have mercy. But that noise that you hear in the background, that's my ice machine. That's right. I like water ice cold. I can drink it all day when it's like that. So I got this ice machine, and it make little pebbles, like little teeny ice balls. And they be slushy sometimes. But all I have to do is pour like a big cup of water in a slot, and then boom, it makes ice. It takes 6 minutes to make ice. So I be having ice up here. Don't worry, I ain't turning my room into no kitchen. But it could be tempting because my room is big as a teeny ass apartment. But yeah, I got an ice machine, so that's what y'all hear in the background. But water check, water check, water check. Drink your water. 2023, we about to be 2024. Nobody should be dehydrated going forward. But now that we got that out the way, please hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already subscribed. Please hit that. And I probably have to start saying that more often throughout my thing. As I say, YouTube is doing me wrong. They're not counting everything. They're not counting my views. They're not counting everything. So I don't know. But hit the subscribe button. And if you watch me on replay, hit the like button every time. And leave a question statement or whatever. I get back with you. I chop it up with you. You can also reach me at boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. That's boxingfanstalk@gmail.com. And you can leave questions, statements, or whatever it is, concerns, and I'll hit you back there. And since I'm not monetized, all I have is a Cash App, and that's on the picture too. Boxing Fans Talk TV. That's Boxing Fans Talk TV. That's the Cash App. Indulge, please. And I come on Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. That's Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Unless something happened, unless ain't nothing to talk about. And like I said today, I was trying to get here. The internet wouldn't let me. My internet around here, I don't know what it is. They go through a scramble thing sometimes. And then like a week they be good, and then like another week they be scrambling. I don't know what it is, but couldn't get online until I just got online. So I'm an hour behind. But anyway, I'm here. I'm a back. So we gonna review this weekend fights. And I do want to talk about Bud haters. They at it again, and I can't believe it. I'm amazed that I even have to say this or feel the need to say the things that I'm gonna say. Like these Bud haters, you guys on another level with this shit. I put in my description, if you want to see hypocrisy, follow Bud's follow his career and compare it to others. Because Bud apparently can't do or say the same thing other people say. It hits different. It means something different. And I, for the life of me, don't get it. You know what I'm saying? First off, if Bud haters think now of all times, like now, towards the end of 2023, after all these years, if they think now he will listen to their suggestions, they got another thing coming. Bud is not caring what nobody say but himself. He's the orchestrator, and king of his career. He don't even care what his fans trying to tell him. Like, basically, I'm saying, if I try to come at Bud, and I've been a Bud supporter, fan this whole time, and say, Bud, you should do this and you should do that. I don't even try to have those kind of conversations through YouTube, hoping that he see with Bud. Never. I wouldn't even gather to spit in my mouth. I can tell you what I think, and that's all it is, what I think. Never, ever trying to convince Bud to go this path or that path, because Bud beats to his own drum. He beats to his own drum. And to me, I thought that's what being a man was all about anyway. Following your own path, making your own way, doing this stuff. And that's what Bud exemplifies to me. So all these haters that think that y'all gonna get to him with all this pressure and shit, no, it's not gonna work. And it's not gonna work. And if you talk to them, hold on. You ever talk to a Bud hater or an Earl section? Let's talk about going forward in Bud's career. What he gonna do next? What he gonna do next? What's next? Like, they angry. Like, you have to say something. Like, you have to make a definitive answer to their question. But everybody else can take a chill pill. I don't know what Bud gonna do next. I know that the rematch is next. That's all I do know. And we waiting on Earl. Y'all ain't waiting on Bud. You waiting on Earl. That's what we waiting on. And I ain't saying Earl gotta rush and do it, but we waiting on Earl. So I just don't get the hypocrisy of it all. Like, he what we gonna do next? Because they want you to have to pick something, knowing you probably don't have the answer because you're not Bud. But they take that as you not picking someone, so why not go with what they saying? And I'm telling you, at this point, it's any man would do. Bud haters and Eurosexuals, any man would do. Any man would do. That man that's gonna beat Bud and knock him off his perch, that's the man. That's who they want to line him up with. So this is why all that fight talk with David Benavidez or Bruce Ennis is about. And like I said, they have anger in their voice, proclaiming, what is he going to fight? Who is he going to fight next? Like it's the end of the world if you don't give an answer. Instead of going by what the man says. That's what I do. I just wanted to put this out there in the front. I ain't going to talk long about this subject because we talk about it to death, to be honest. But you have to keep repeating it. With people like that, when you got haters like that and Eurosexuals out there like that, you have to keep repeating certain things until it sink in their head. Because they delusional. They don't want to let it go. Instead of going by what the man said. And what did the man say? He in his last few fights, he know he about to retire soon. This is his kiss goodbye. Every legend had a kiss goodbye. All legends get kiss goodbyes. What I mean by that? When you at the end of something, that's when you have it your way. It's Burger King. You have it your way. When I was at the end of my Navy career, it was what I wanted. I wasn't trying the needs of the Navy my ass, the needs of me. And I thought I deserved it after 20 years. Shit, the last 2 years, can I get it my way? That's true in any kind of profession or anything that you do. You want it your way at the end, especially if you dedicated so many years, something like over a decade into anything, you should have it your way at the end. But Bud couldn't be more clear. He said he's looking for the big fights, preferably the money fights. That's all he wants. If it ain't make he no longer have to chase legendary status because he got that. Something that nobody can ever take away from him is the fact that he was undisputed, but not once, but twice. You can't take that from him. And he's the first man to ever do it. Boxing been going on since the 19th century and into the 20th century, as far as Americans go. And there's no man who's ever done it. But we had greats like Joe Louis, Sugar Ray Robinson, Muhammad Ali, Rocky Marciano, Jack Dempsey. I'm naming those fighters too. Everybody outside of black too, black and white fighters. We had great legends all the way up to now. And y'all know who they are: Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns, Hagler, the guy No Moss. I forgot his name. Duran, yeah. Mike Tyson, Lennox Lewis. I mean, we can go on and on. Evander Holyfield, let me not forget him. And at the end of their career, they did what they wanted to do. They did their money grabs. They were legends or whatever. But none of them, and I mean none of them, not in the 2-belt era, not in the 3-belt era, not in the 4-belt era, has any of them became undisputed twice in 2 different weight classes. Bud is numero uno in that, and you will always know his name. Because I'm sure in time, that would be a common thing. But right now, the man who started it off, who set the standard, is Bud Crawford. So anybody who's trying to do that, you chasing the legend activities of Bud Crawford. That's what you chasing. Like Floyd was chasing Marciano. There's other people that got over 50 fights. Not as famous as Floyd. And then sometimes they kept going and then they took a L. Like what's his name? Senior. Damn. Y'all know the Mexican star. Cesar Chavez. Yeah. He was 70 fights deep or something before he took a L. He could have stopped. Nobody would have caught him. You hear me? Never would have caught him. But he didn't. He kept going. But he could have had that damn standard that everybody would be pressed to try to reach. And they wouldn't. They wouldn't make it. Because you don't build fighters like they used to. But like I said, I guess when Bud said it don't mean nothing. Bud said the same thing that Canelo be saying. Bud looked back and said, Boots bring nothing to the table. Nothing. He gains nothing. He's not a pay-per-view star. He's not a unified champion. He just got his championship through the email. A lot of controversy with that. He don't bring nothing to the table. Bud bring everything to the table. There's nothing for him to gain. Oh, get your belt back. What's the point? He already been undisputed at 147. But what can Boost gain? A lot. He can gain undisputed and all that, and then he'll be a legend. We don't know how Boost favor in pay-per-view. He need to do a pay-per-view by himself to see what kind of money he bring in. Bud ain't pressed for him. Because Bud might got 1 or 2 fights left. Why wasting on Boots? But Canelo feel that about Bud. Everybody understand. I had a Earl fan understand it when Canelo said it, but didn't understand it when Bud said it. And that's why I felt the need to say this. Because if you listen to Bud haters and Eurosexuals, you would think July 29th did not happen. You will honestly believe that never happened. Because I had Earl fans tell me, and this is recent, that Earl is more still the cash cow more than Bud, or Earl status is bigger than Bud's. I was like, huh? After that ass whooping, no way, Jose. But it is what it is. If you listen to them carefully, you will still think that Earl tops Bud, that he outranks him. And Derek James recently came out. I know this old news when he debunked this weight drain thing. I'm glad that he did, because you slowly hear the pulling back of his fans using that as an excuse. But boy, did they use that as an excuse. But still, I still think it's kind of shady, because why it take you this long to say it when you know that was the word on the street for a long time? Bottom line, Bud is going to move how he moved, just like that, regardless of what y'all think and what y'all say, and regardless of your pressure and your suggestion. And you can't make me mad, because Bud already proved what he need to prove. So we good. I'm good. He already proved what he need to prove. It don't matter to me what happens going forward. He didn't prove what he had to prove. I'm good. We was right. Y'all was wrong. And we know that they feel any man, they don't care who it is. As long as he beat, what you call him. Bud deserved his kiss goodbye like Floyd got, and like Canelo is getting. That's right, legends. Because that's what Bud is. He's a legend. David Benavidez mark is getting that Canelo fight. And he deserves it. As far as the crafty ducker and Boost Ennis, the email champ, why don't he go fight Blair the Flair? Why don't he stop the 9 fighters who do want to fight him, like he can't claim Bud and Spence did him? Don't complain about nothing that you do yourself. And stop lying, because that grows disgust and hate. You ruining your career by lying and embellishment. Just stop talking about it. Stop trying to make something that it was never. You didn't want to fight Bud. You rather Spence. And that's what it was. So let me get off of that. And I'm going to talk about this review of the fights. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Whew. This was a good weekend. Y'all hit that subscribe button. Make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. I think a star was born, at least in my eyes, Subriel Matias. I have never seen him fight. I've heard about him. This guy, Ergashaw, he's pretty good too, that he fought. That first round, I was like, damn, this dude, Ergashaw, gonna beat his ass. But Subriel knew what he was doing. And he said it at the end of the fight, that he wanted to feel old boy's power. And see if, and once he realized that he could take it, it was over. Subriel Matias is the shit. And I'm telling you right now, he has put the 140-pound division on notice. I think about all the top dogs at 140. When you're looking at a Teofimo, even a Josh Taylor, even a Gary Russell, and now you got Regis, and you got Devin Haney, and you still got Ramirez, and you got all these people that's at 140. And I say to myself, this guy Subriel will beat all of them motherfuckers. He'll beat all of them. D Youngest in the building. He said, Queen T, salute my baby. Salute to you too, King. That first round, I was like, who is this guy they bragging about? I never seen him fight. Man, the pressure that he puts on you. Not only the pressure, he could take a punch, because I heard the dude Ergashaw that he was fighting can throw a heavy punch. Subriel was taking it, but he let them hands go. And he can be real close range, short with it, and cause damage. He beat the stuffing out of fucking Earnshaw legs. He beat the conditioning out of this dude in a few rounds. The dude had to quit. Like, his legs was gone. I think dude fight with did he fight with Sugar Hill? Was Sugar Hill in his corner? I think he was. Dude looked like he was conditioned and ready. I remember even at the weigh-in, dude was talking shit. Super real, calm, cool, and collected from Puerto Rico. Dude ain't no joke. I match him up with any of them. First of all, if he fought, I'll say this about Teofimo. Whenever Teofimo fights somebody that everybody claims is better than him, like on a higher level, like the Lomachinkos and the Josh Taylor, they were supposed to be on a higher level than Teofimo could ever wish to be. Whenever Teo gets in the ring with somebody like that, that dude is laser focused. He is an excellent boxer, and he puts on the show. He does not bend. He does not quit. And he wins the fight. He makes them high-level elite fighters quit. But whenever Teo, this is his flaw, whenever he get in there with somebody that he may deem beneath him or easy to him, he is not as focused, and he's a bit lazy. That is something he got to work on. And I don't think that's easy to fix than anything. I don't think it's like something easy to be like, man, just put your mind on them like you do these top level fighters. It is what it is. If TL don't see you as a top level fighter, he's not all the way there. Maybe he didn't even train as hard. But you best believe when he knew he was going to fight Josh Taylor, it was no holds bar. He was probably training and focused that whole fucking time. And see, that's the thing he really got to fix. Then you got Gary Russell. Gary Russell can match Matias' fighting spirit or, his speed or whatever, because Gary is fast and Gary got a little power. I don't know if he could hurt Matias, because Matias seemed like he not phased with nobody power. But Gary, got a little power. The problem is Gary got too many openings. Gary Russell will get hit. And I don't think nobody wants to get hit by Subriel. And that's going to be the problem. Now, I always say Devin Haney is an excellent fighter. What can't he do? I give him that. But Devin Haney, how he wins fights is he wear you out. He keep going and going and going. Like, if you say, all right, Devin Haney, we're going to fight, but the fight only going to be for 5 minutes, a lot of people will beat Devin Haney ass. The problem is the fight is 36 minutes or less, 10 rounds or 12 rounds. And Devin Haney don't wear out. The same speed and tenacity that he come into the ring with, you going to see that all the way to the end of the fight. Now, can you last? Even though he ain't hitting you with no knockout power or strong ass hooks or anything, but can you last that long? That's the question. And I think that's how Devin Haney wins fights. But Devin Haney is so active, and he's he good defensively, offensively. He know all the tricks of the trade. He got a lot in his tool bag. He can fight backwards, fight forwards. He can lateral, whatever turn angles. Devin can do all that stuff. But Devin do get hit. The problem is, and we're going to see with this Regis fight, if he gets hit, what is he going to do? Because Regis can hit you not once, but twice, but 3 times in a round. Regis don't have no one shot where he throw real hard out of the 12 rounds, like that sneaker shot. Regis can do that every round. the problem with Regis is he gonna be modeling. I call him model because he likes to style and profile and Vogue and shit. You know, that macho shit, you know, with his chest all out and his shoulders all up and walking around and shit. Regis do too much of that shit and worry about what it look like. Nigga, just beat this nigga ass. That's what I be saying every time I look at him fight. And he's losing favor with his fans by doing that. Just go in there and be like the Regis that started out. Like in the beginning, you just go in there and just beat people ass. But fighting Devin, we gonna see if Devin can take a hard punch and keep on ticking. We're gonna see if he gonna run out of steam because he getting some hard touches. You know, that'll tell it all. But that's why I've got Matias beating Devin. Then you got Regis. Regis hit hard, and Regis can go blow to blow with you. But I don't know if Regis. I've never seen Regis gas out. Most of the time, he don't make it to the end of his fight, so I can't say I see him gas out. But with a person like Matias, he doesn't gas out. So that's the only one out of these top 140 pounders that I could say that could give Matias some competition, and that's motherfucking Regis. Only because he can hit hard, dude can hit hard. I don't know if, like I said, I don't have the answer if Regis gasses out because I never seen him gas out. But again, he don't make it to the end of his rounds all the time before he knocks somebody out or they quit. But Matias, he's the star of that night. Like, to me, he's the shiny star, the diamond in the rough. Dude, to me, after seeing that performance, I said he put 140 on notice. They better watch what the fuck they say, because that dude right there, they don't want to see him. And he talked like he was talking about some 135 pound. He said, y'all can come up and give it. Y'all can come up and see me. But shit, he might could even go down. What if that dude could go down? That's the dude that'll beat Tank ass. Right there. That's the dude that'll beat Tank ass. If both of them were fighting, whew, that would Tank, that's your next big pay-per-view. Right there. Because if both of them was fighting, now that's a pay-per-view card. Yeah, DeYoung, Matias is a dog. I couldn't with a straight face, DeYoung, say Matias, Tank would beat Matias. I couldn't. I could not. And the dude young. I believe he younger than Tank. You know, I believe Pitbull Cruz could put a hurting on Devin Haney. So you know what I feel about Matias and Pitbull Cruz. You like to fight and all that stuff, but I don't think you can beat Matias. But it'll be close. That's another one that I would say that could give Matias a run for his money, or at least be some competition a little bit. Is Pitbull Cruz. Why? Because Pitbull Cruz. You say 31? I thought it said it was 24. Okay, 31. Well, shit. Well, him and Tank about the same age. I think Tank young. I think Tank 30. But I'm going to tell you, that's a dog right there. Pitbull Cruz, he a dog too. He don't stop. He come at you the whole 12 rounds. So I can't say he gas out. He know he got heavy hands. He know he hit hard. Tank hit him a couple of good times. He didn't hurt Pitbull Cruz like talk about it. He might have gave him something to think about once or twice, but he ain't hurt him. And he just keep coming. That will be, oh my God, that would be an awesome ass fight. Matias and Pitbull Cruz. Matias and Tank Davis. These will be awesome fights. But he at 140, so they got to come up, or he go down, or they can meet in the middle. But that was a good showing right there. And for the record, I know a lot of us was talking about whether or not this was a good pay-per-view. Yeah, it was. It was worth it too. It was, and it was worth it. David Benavidez has arrived, but it was worth the pay-per-view, and I bought it, so it was a good one. Now let's move on to Charlo and Benavidez. Jose, there was a lot going on in this fight. I want to first say that I'm gonna pray for the Charlo brothers to mend their fences. I send all my prayers out to their mother, because no mother wants their children to be at odds like they are. And I'm sure that she's going to do everything in her power to bring her boys back together. Those are her babies. She don't want to see them like that. And I'm sure she's a good mother and all that stuff. And so my prayers and shout outs go to her to get this thing back on track. I don't care what you go through. It's always the family against the world, not the world against the family. Like, you don't jump on the bad way. Like my sister, let me tell you, me and my sister is night and day. But there ain't no motherfucker walking this earth that can make me go against my sisters. Nobody. And I could be going against them hard, but nobody can add on to it. I remember I had to teach one of my friends. She would talk bad about her mom and her brother. She had some bad stuff to say. Everybody go through stuff with their family, and he'd be like, man, they get on my motherfucking nerve. They could be motherfuckers that day, parents, siblings alike. And you just talk about what's going on with you in the forefront of your brain, right? So I'm going off about somebody in my family. I don't know. I can't remember if it's my mama or my sister. And then she joined in. And she was like, that bitch, or whatever. I said, whoa, 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 wait a minute now. And I started to snap on the girl. Like, I got mad at her. But then I thought about it, and I said, she just don't know. I got to believe she don't know. Because how do you not know that no matter what somebody say about their siblings or their parents or whatever, their family, you have to always tell yourself that's their family. And that family rule counts. So, like, when she talked bad about her mama or brother, I never called them what she called them. I never referred to them as what she referring to them at the moment. I just say how unfortunate. I'm sorry going through that. Like, man, that's kind of mad. And they did what? And, boom, 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 boom. I validate what she feels is going wrong. And I make apologies, like I said, throughout. But never, 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 never do I start turning on, their family, like talk about them like my friend is talking about them. Because like I always tell myself, that's still her mama. That's still her brother. And that's what I had to teach her. I said, look, I can call my sister a bitch every now and then because she get on my nerve, be like, bitch, whatever. But you better not ever call my sister a bitch, and you gonna have to deal with me. And that's just the simple fact of it. She was like, oh, I'm sorry. Like she didn't even know. So when I think about the Charlos, this is how I feel. Y'all are still brothers. And anybody, wife or not, that's adding fuel to the fire, even if they adding to the fire, like they validating how you feel and how you should move, and you moving wrong. That person, nah, you ain't gonna be with them for long. You don't do that. That's how I see Jermell Charlo's wife. She one of the ones, she love him so much that whoever he's mad at, she gonna jump on the bandwagon and be mad. But this is when you start saying, and I'm gonna say this, and I apologize how it sounds, but I just gotta say it. This is how you know she ain't got no black in her. And it matters because black people know not to do that. You ain't gonna convince me that the Charlos didn't grow up with some of that black home cooking. She should know, but she ain't black, so she don't know. I can't speak on what other families do in their family life, but I still will put my standards on any group of family. I don't care what color you are. But I know in the black community, in the black family, no, you supposed to be supporting him by helping him not cross that line. There's lines that can be crossed. And with her, she grabbed his hand and jumped across the line. She should be trying not to let him cross that line. I know you're mad at your brother, and I know he did that, but that's still your brother. That should be her position. No, I'll fall back. And when you go spend time with your brother, don't worry about me. I'll see you when you get back. You ain't got to include us in with the family. You go over there and you have a good time and this, that, and the other. Because when somebody bother you, family or not, I get way too upset and I feel blah, blah, blah. So the best thing for me to do is to fall back. I'm not going to be jealous. I'm not going to be mad. You go and spend all the time you need with your family to keep y'all relationship good. And in the back of her mind, be praying that, hey, maturity eventually gonna kick in, and we're gonna see that this was all bullshit. They gonna see that this was all bullshit. Probably when they get out of boxing. That should be your position, Miss Jamel Charlo. But we know that you don't get down like that. And we know it's out of love for your husband, but you wrong. You wrong for the shit you say, and you wrong for the shit you do. And Jamel, you was wrong for not supporting your brother on that night, because he always supports you. Even with all y'all bullshit, he always supports you. And then for him to tell the audience, the people, the commentators, the reporters, hey, if y'all could reach out to my brother, tell him I love him because he ain't answering my call. Dude, what could be that bad? You come off conceited and arrogant, and it seemed like, and we don't know, so maybe you can set the record straight, Jamel Charlo. It seemed like you mad because y'all have some kind of brotherly competition thing. So in brotherly fights, like most brothers do and most sisters do, but also you don't like his wife and you don't like nothing about it. And you always got something to say about that when you should shut your damn mouth and don't have nothing to say about his wife. And he shouldn't say nothing about your wife. That should be off limits. But nobody taught y'all that. Or maybe you were taught that, you just disregarded. The young said friends should never get into family affairs. Exactly. Never. I can't sit up there and support this, Jamel. You know what I'm saying? Earl Spence didn't show up to your fight, even though you showed up to his. And I said something about that. Just because you lost, nigga. What that got to do with you not showing up and supporting who you say is your brother? Y'all closest brothers. Ain't no excuse for that. Pride and ego be damn. Your biggest fight ever, Jamel. And you don't show up for your, your brother shows up. Not only shows up, dap you up in the back, give you a hug. He has shown more maturity in some of this young boy shit y'all doing, because it's young boy to me. I ain't trying to belittle y'all, but y'all way younger than me, so it's young boy shit to me. And even though y'all grown men, he has shown support and love to you more so than you do to him. Jamal made his own choices. He did whatever he did to get under his wife's skin, and she did what she did to get under his skin. And that's how love be playing out. Look at Christian and Blueface. People don't know how silly they look when they be going at it in the name of love. But he loved that girl, and he got kids with her. That's who he choose. And because you don't like it and accept it, you got your wife fighting her and egging her on and shit. It ain't just your wife's fault, because both of y'all being stupid in the situation. You should have been there for your brother regardless. Regardless of how y'all feel. Y'all ain't got to get along, but certain things you just don't do. The world watching. What we need to see is that y'all have a united front even when y'all at each other necks. That's what we need to see. That's the thing you should show. Because in the end of the day, it's going to be y'all two when it's boxing done. Y'all twins. Y'all was one egg and split apart. Y'all ain't fraternal twins. Y'all were one egg and y'all split apart. So he is a piece of you and you a piece of him. Y'all got the same DNA and shit. Jamal was hurt by his brother not being there. He sure was. He sure was. And no man should have to solicit the crowd to get in touch with your brother. But at this point, like I said, my prayers go out to their mother because she got a lot on her plate to fix. And she gon' make it her business to fix it because those are her babies. She can't leave this world with that shit like that. She gotta fix that. She gotta get them to a point where they know never, ever, ever cross these lines or whatever. So my prayers are sent out to her for her patience and her diligence to get that done. That's her ring fight to bring y'all two together. And y'all should listen to y'all mama. But if y'all can't get along, then come to an understanding, a middle ground. But as far as siblings, because I got plenty of them, and I know when I battle with them, it's war when we battle. And if I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to talk to you. I don't care what my mama say. I know that that's what she trying. I care that she going through it, watching her kids be the way they are. I care about that. But that's when I say I don't care what she say. Like if my sister pissed me off or something like that, my brother do some shit, they gonna get the lesson I'm trying to teach. Cause I'll teach you a lesson not to fuck with me. But if you and I do that for everybody, even parents. I teach lessons, but you can only go but so far. You don't cross certain lines. And that was his comeback. He didn't know how it was gonna turn out. We didn't know if he was all the way healthy, if he was gonna be able to take a punch or whatever. And shout outs to Jose Benavidez because he fought good. He made me respect him and look at him way different. Because he put up a fight. Like I wouldn't mind seeing Jose Benavidez in different fight. Like if I could pay to go to it. I ain't saying he a pay-per-view star, but I'm saying I would pay even if he was the head of the card. And let's say they was fighting somewhere in Vegas, I would pay to go see that fight. Because that dude put on. He did put on, and he was strong, and he was fair, and, hey, he's something to be, a force to be reckoned with. Hell, even Terence Crawford said that was one of his toughest fighters. But I think with Jose, if he feel, he'll fight you to the end. And what I mean by the end is to the 12th round, halfway through it. Halfway through the round, Jose probably realized, I ain't gonna be able to do shit with this dude. So he'll fight you till like the last minute and a half, and that's when he take his foot off the gas. And I think had he kept his foot on the gas in a couple of his fights, he would have saw a difference. The motherfucker could take a punch, and he can give them. DeYoung said, it's one thing to be brothers, but to be identical twins is different type of love. Yeah, you don't want that messed up. And I'm going to tell you, mark my words, Jamel Charlo's wife ain't going to be with him forever. She ain't. She ain't, because what she represents, she's defeating herself. Because this behavior that she's doing, he's going to grow to resent that. He's going to grow to, if she's listening, she better be listening. Look, I'm way older than you, young lady. This behavior that you do, it seems cute right now. But you talking about the maturity of a 33-year-old. Now, I could say it like that because I ain't 33. I'm much older. I'm old enough to be there, mama. So I'm telling you from experience. Remember Mickey Howard said, experience is a good teacher. Take someone like me to know. And when I'm old enough to be their mother, I'm telling you, I am. And I'm here to tell you, young lady, that the choices you be making in regards to him is cute right now, but he's going to grow to resent that about you. And it ain't shit you're going to be able to say. Why? Because he's going to mature and you're not going to trump his mother's wishes. She gonna win in the end. And Jamal Charlo loves his brother. But that ride or die, girl, you need to learn how to ride or die. As women, if men getting into it, you stay the fuck out. That's not our place. Fall back. Step to the side. Same thing, vice versa. I done seen husbands try to get in the middle of arguments with me and other women, and I be looking at them like, nigga, please fall back. It's a woman shit over here. You don't never see me try to intervene and get in no man shit. Don't do that the other way. People got to know their boundaries. You got to be supportive of him in the right way, not what makes him feel good all the time. That's what gives you substance. That's what keeps you anchored to him. That's what keeps you around for a long time. But eventually, he's going to look back on these days and see how foolish and stupid this shit is. I don't know how fast his maturity goes. But when he get to that point where he can look back, and he will, I'm not guessing, I'm not speculating, I'm telling you he will, him and Jamal, they're going to look back and see how silly, because I think Jamal is already there. But Jermel is going to get there, especially when boxing over. And he going to see how silly this shit was and some of the things he did. And he going to think about your behavior. And you ain't going to change. See, that's the thing. He's going to grow because that's his brother. That's his family. That Jamel and Jamal are a piece of each other. You might as well ask Jamel to cut off his own arm, because that's what Jamal is to him, a piece of him. But he's going to get to a point, mark my words, and when he realizes that you dumb as a motherfucker for that, he going to be done with you. Child or not, children or not. He going to be done with you. Even he can't see it right now, but he will. He will, because he going to realize how dumb that is. And even though y'all are older and y'all might not have incidents that you got to display that side of yourself, you still gonna be like that, because you like that now. You think because you love him so much, which is dearing, that you have to go fight every battle and show him how down, and you don't. When it comes to his family, his mother, his father, his brothers, you supposed to step aside and shut the fuck up. You gotta find a way to how to validate what he's feeling and what he's saying, but at the same time, stay out of it and give the positive. That is your brother, Jamel. I know, honey. I know. It's hard to be the bigger person, but I know you got it in you. That is your brother. That's how you should be. And if your mama ain't telling you that, or somebody ain't telling you that, then hey, just stand by and wait, because it's coming. You're going to be a thing of the past. You see it. I'm telling you, I've been in the Navy. I've had to counsel young men and women. I be telling them, men go through phases just like women do. I be telling them young girls, hey, because, y'all talk about how women go through fairy tales, men do too. Especially that fairy tale, like, I'm a provider, I got to pay for everything and all that. And yes, you should have that attitude, and you should attempt to do that. However, you should never allow, not in today's time, that your better half to just sit at home. No, that's not going to help her. That's not going to help you, because you're going to trade her in for somebody totally opposite of that. I say it all the time. I used to have to counsel these young people, because what happens? You in love, feelings is all involved. Now it's getting in the way of Navy business, because you all hurt, butt hurt and shit, and you bringing that shit into work. So before we get to that point, I have to let them know. Oh, you just got married? Well, make your wife go to school. Don't let her just sit home, because you're going to grow to hate her for that. Same thing I would tell any young woman. Don't ever agree to no threesome with your man. Ever. And I know some of y'all men listening, Y'all laughing if you're a certain age, if you closer to my age or you older, you laughing because you know I'm telling the truth. But when you young, you probably be like, well, what Miss T talking about? Fuck that. But I would tell you, don't ever do it because he will hold it against you in years to come. He will blame you. And a lot of guys will say, no, I won't. When they 21 and 22 and 23, they'll say, no, I won't, because they don't see it. But I'm here to tell you, I done seen it and seen it and seen it and seen it. That is something they'll hold against you. And they can't even like look you in the eye with pride. Like it just diminish. You'll be diminished in their eyes. Like like you might as well be a hoe, because that's how they're gonna look at you. But when they're young, you're gonna be the best thing in the world since chocolate. You're gonna be the best thing since sliced bread. But when they get older, they'll hate you for it. How could you agree to do some shit like that? Why? Because they grow and they mature. It's not that you don't know better. You are already there in the maturity, but your fear and your willingness to capitulate to anything he say makes you do it, even though you know it's wrong. And that's how I feel about, not in the sexual nature, like what's going on with the with the Charlos and their wives, but with Jamel's wife always capitulating and doing what he doing. He a hothead. One person, y'all supposed to be a yin and a yang, a balance. But let me get off of that, because that it bothers me so that he wasn't there for his brother. But Charlo, you did good. You did better than I thought you would. You fought well. I've seen you fight better, but it's okay. That was your tune-up. I do agree for when people come talk to him, stop bringing up that mental health shit. Let him get past it. And every day that passes, and every day he's back in the gym and ready to be in that ring, he's gonna get past it. And then as he get further along in his journey of it, he'll be able to sit there and talk intelligently, whereas he can help somebody else avoid the pitfalls that he did. But he did great. Both of them comported themselves well. Charlo dominated because one thing he always do is he keep that jab pumping. He was in a proper stance, and he was trying to be first. And see, that's something that Jose got to learn. Jose, you got to learn how to be first and stop waiting. I know what you're doing. You waiting on that counter puncher, and you got a monster punch, but that's not gonna cut it with these fighters today. You're gonna have to. People got to understand that jab is the start of the end all to be all. You have to start with that and keep pumping it, because that jab is gonna set up everything else. As long as you fight in that type of offensive way, you'll have some luck, and that's what Charlo did. So he did a remarkable job, in my opinion. I've seen him do better, and that's okay. Jose, you did way better than I remember. Like I get your style, so I can tell that your leg has really improved, and Jose is a formidable opponent. He's no slouch. So when Earl Spence said he represents the one of the 0.5 on the resume, come on, Shawty, you can't say that about Jose. And now we get to Benavidez and Andre. I will never change what I said about Benavidez. Benavidez he's kind of weird in how he fights, but it works for him. He found out he just turned 26, so he's a young man. As long as he got youth and strength on his side, his way of fighting, you can't say nothing wrong with it. But that squaring up and how he come in on people, I still see in the future is his tactics and the way he fight. Will it be conducive for him when he's older, like say Boo Boo's age, when he's 34 and 35 and 36? Is that gonna be good for him when he's fighting somebody young? Because I don't see it. It's not real. It's not. It's not technical boxing the way I think technical boxing should be, but it's boxing nonetheless. It's good for him, and I ain't mad at him. You gotta do what works for you. I will never, train somebody to box like a Pacquiao because I think he do a lot of things that's wrong and unorthodox. But guess what? It works for Pacquiao, and you will have fighters like that. That it works for them, like the Figueroa brothers. That shit worked for them until it don't. Till age caught up with him. Benavidez is only 26. We don't know if he gonna pick up drinking or he's gonna pick, like he can be dedicated that long. They say he been in boxing for 10 years. At 36, it's gonna be 20 years. Most people don't even make it to 20 years in boxing. It's between 12 and 15. We don't know what it's gonna be for him. He looked like, and I know he talked about his weight and all that, and he seemed like he conquered it. But at the same time, that is something. Once it's one of the things, like once you have a fat boy problem, you always have a fat boy problem. That'll never go away, and that is some stressful shit. He's 26, so right now it's not hurting him. And Charlo, I meant to say this about Charlo too. When you stress, and this may be something that a lot of men don't know, but women know all too well. Jerry Tasker's in a building was popping king. When you stress, you make it difficult to lose weight. Because when you stress, your body, adrenals, releases cortisol. And cortisol, an abundance of cortisol can add to people gaining weight or retaining weight. So, Charlo, you being under stress, this is probably harder for you to drop weight than before. And until you come out of that stress and be more happy and cut that off, sometimes you could be under stress for so long that switch never click back off. It's like when you go through adrenaline. Let's say your adrenaline kick in, it's supposed to kick in and then cut off when you're out of the situation that caused you to get to start up your adrenaline. But the way people's bodies are these days, sometimes you will turn something on and it never turns off. It's just stay chronic. Trust me, I know this for a fact. And it's no rhyme or reason why this person's body do that or that person's body do that. But I do know stress makes it very difficult for you to lose weight. And them stubborn 1 or 2 pounds or 3 pounds or 5 pounds, you're trying to get off it and never come off. But this is why a lot of women carry weight, because of stress. The pains and the ebbs and flows that we go through in life, just being a woman, it's hard being a woman. All that stress, that's why women, when they do get the weight on them, it's hard to get off. It's not from lack of trying or, it's almost like like you destined to be, chunky or whatever. Or something. I said chunky. Man, speaking of which, this is a sidebar. I was in the grocery store today, and when I was a kid, I was a tomboy. Y'all know that. So, like, all the LL Cool J and all of them track suits that they used to wear back in the day was popular. Everybody wore, but I love mine. It's probably a little bit too much, whatever the case. And if a girl was giving me some bullshit about being a tomboy or whatever, I'd be laughing, looking dead in her face, rubbing my cheek, because every girl with hair on her face always had something to say to me. And I was like, why they fucking with me? And she growing a whole beard out this motherfucker. So I used to laugh at the shit, right? And I think it's my karma, because I used to laugh at women that grew facial hair. Man, I was behind this, I'll say lady. And what made me notice her, and I think everybody noticed her, she had this ponytail, was way past her butt. And I was like, well, that's overkill. I mean, that's cute. Your hair grew that long and it's way past your butt or whatever. But it's kind of like overkill. Eventually, you're going to be tripping over your hair. And I thought it was a woman because of the silhouette of her from behind. As I'm with my cart going around her, man, when I tell you she had a full motherfucking beard. I mean, no bullshit. She had me. I had to pause and act like I was looking at something on the other eye, because I was like, is that a full motherfucking beard? Like, I ain't even gonna say no 5 o'clock shadow, none of that. I'm talking about a real motherfucking beard with the connecting mustache and chin strap, all that. I was like, that's a woman though. It gotta be a woman. Jerry said, if you check the stats, David does not get hit that much. It is a misnomer. Yeah, Jerry, I'm not knocking David's nothing. I'm just looking in the future. I don't think his way of fighting is conducive for him when he gets older. When some of the youthful stuff that he brings to the table start diminishing. That's all I was saying. But yeah, she had a full beard, and I still say it was a girl. It choked me up for a minute. But she had 2 little bumps on her chest, and I said to myself, if it was a man trying to be a woman, he'd have paid more money for better breasts than that. It would have been in your face. And then I was just like, that's a woman. Because the skin and the eyes were soft, She didn't have no hard chin like a dude. Oh, full beard, shawty. I was like, what the fuck? Like, I how you tell kids don't stare, don't shit. I was deering with the headlights. I was like, God damn. Like, and like I said, it wasn't no 5 o'clock shot. It was a full beard. Like, you could comb that motherfucker, and it's a white lady. And it was full. And it was nice. The hair was soft on the face and everything. I don't even know why I got into that sidebar. But yes, Lord, that happened to me today. Oh yeah, what I said when the women call themselves trying to downgrade me, I'll be looking at their chin and be like, yo, go get that straight Tom Selleck or whatever the fuck. Go clean that up. But one thing I'm learning as you get older, woman or not, like men start developing women qualities. If that's the nicest way I could say it. Not saying they still all man. I'm just saying your shoulders look a little bit more round. You know what I'm saying? You're a little soft in the skin, Something about you that's just typical woman. Because the other hormones start beefing up. And women, likewise, you start growing hair. Like on your chin. I got this one hair that come through my chin. I'm like, I don't know. I ain't seen it in a while, but I was scared to like cut it in a certain way because I ain't want to cut it in a way to make it grow. I ain't got no hair on my body, but I'm starting to, like, even on my lip. Oh my God. I got to make a decision pretty soon. But like right now, I'm going through a phase, ain't nothing on my lip, but it'll come back sometime. But I was like, I'm sorry, God. I'm sorry. If I ever laughed at or talked about any woman that had hair on her face, I take it back. Sorry. So please, I don't want none of that. I don't want any of that. Lord, please don't do that to me. Carlos Garcia, welcome to the building. Was Papa King? He said, all fear, Subria Matias, real champ. Hey, I agree with you, Carlos. Where you been? Carlos? That's what I started that off in the beginning. I was like, he didn't put, Carlos, wouldn't you agree? He put 140 on notice. Everybody at 140, because I believe that's what they was fighting on. Fighting the division that they was fighting for. Either way, he put 135 on notice. Ain't nobody fucking with this dude. I'm a fan. I can't wait to see any more of his fights. But, I'm going to drop this link. If y'all want to come in, Carlos, if you want to come in and brag about your boy, feel free. Subriel Matias, he put them on notice. All of them on notice. Because I got him beating everybody. I got a couple of people giving him some competition, but I got him beating everybody. Like, this motherfucker is awesome. I would say overall, Charlos and Jose, both of y'all did a great job. Both, like Charles said, he said, I'm proud of myself, as you should be. I will pray for your mother to fix it, to find a way, because it's going to take her to bring y'all two together. And y'all her babies, remember that. And, no matter what he did in regards, or the part he played in with the beating up of your wife, you tell your wife, fall back, because you and your brother, y'all have to maintain y'all bond. Y'all are a piece of each other. And you don't let no woman break that up. Jamel, you're going to have to either, in a nice way, because the girl doing it out of love, but you're going to have to check your wife and put her in her place, and basically tell her this how she should be going forward. Because I'm telling you, Miss Jamel Charlo, he gonna leave your ass in some years to come if you don't change. You have to be, when you got a hot head, you got to be smart than a hot head. You do. You gotta make it so that he feel like, damn, what would I do without you? And you're not doing that by jumping on every little whim. David Benavidez, you have arrived. And from what I heard, the little talking on the YouTube, that Mauricio Sulaiman gonna make Canelo step up to the plate now. And I'm just saying, if I was Canelo, I would take Bud seriously, and I want that for Bud. Yeah, true, because I'm a fan and I want him to have that opportunity. I do think that it's possible that Bud could lose because Canelo is so much bigger. But Bud made a point. He 5'8". He said he 5'8", I'm 5'8". Okay? And Bud must know what he's talking about. But Bud has credit. Whereas he can say something, and I'm just gonna rock with what he say and believe him as a fan, because he ain't never lied thus far. If Bud think he can do it, I believe, and he believes he can do it, I believe it for him. But in reality, that it would not shock me if he lost. It would not shock me if he win. But Canelo, you want a big money fight? Fight Bud. You fight Bud and you beat Bud, I'm sure you become number one on the pound for pound. And then you can fight David. Now, yes, I'm saying that. And yes, Canelo said he feel like Bud is beneath him. Bud ain't bringing nothing to the table. So if that's how Canelo feel, then that's how he feel. I can only make a suggestion. And I'm not, that I see what Bud see. But at the same time, I respect what Canelo said. Canelo don't feel like, he feel like Bud is wasting his time. That's how he feel. Bud said the same thing about Boots. A lot of y'all want him to fight Boots because y'all think if Spence couldn't do it, Boots can do it. But you're wrong. Bud already know they can beat Boots. But Boots don't bring nothing to the table. Why do you want him to go backwards? See, Canelo, money-wise, is not going backwards if he fight Bud. In fact, it would have been a bigger fight between him and Bud than him and Charlo. So he's not going backwards fighting Bud for the money grab. And more than likely, he could win the fight. According to him and the way he fighting, all because waist up, Canelo is awesome. And Canelo moved his feet a lot in this last fight. We always talk about make Canelo pick his feet up. Charlo didn't do it. He could have. But Canelo moved his feet more nevertheless. So that's why Canelo said at the end, this Canelo ain't nobody beating. Okay? Mauricio will make you fight Benavidez Or maybe they'll let you get away with fighting Bud. Because it's an opportunity that a lot of fighters ain't gonna get. If Bud come up there and fight you and win undisputed, who gonna catch him? Who gonna catch him? What can you say? He can be done with fighting at that point. What can you say? Or they can feel like they want Benavidez to be undisputed. But either way, they basically saying you got to unask the undisputed. You know, look at what the IBF did and all these other sanctioning bodies doing to everybody else, but they ain't doing to Canelo. I guess they say, yeah, we gotta pick up the pace with this. But I don't know. I don't know how it turns out. You know, I hope that Canelo get his kiss goodbye at the end of his career. Do what he want to do, whatever. I ain't got no beef. If it's ducking, it's ducking. If it's whatever. He ain't ducking Crawford because Crawford ain't in his weight class. But he's definitely ducking Benavidez. So he got to do what he got to do. Crawford is waiting on the rematch. We're waiting on Earl. Earl got to decide whether they doing it at 154 or 147. That matters. Because if they're doing it at 147, then Crawford might be inclined to drop the belts. Because Earl can't win no belts either way if they do it at 154. But if it's a rematch, why drop the belts? That's what I didn't understand. Why drop the belts when Earl can have an opportunity to become undisputed himself? And now that y'all done pulled the fucking IBF from Crawford, why would Earl want to go back to being three championship belts, like he was when he met up with Crawford? Why would he want to go back to that unified status? Because y'all just want to get Boost in. You know what I'm saying? And I don't blame Boost to want to be in and to want to get these fights, but lying and embellishing how the story is or how the story was, that's not a good look, Boost. And you don't have to do that because you that awesome. You don't even have to go down that road. Everybody knows it's coming up to be your turn. You don't have to do that. So, anywho, that's all I have to say. Thank y'all for coming in and listening. Carlos, I hope you come back. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't subscribed. Carlos, hit that subscribe button for me, player. If you haven't already done it. Hit the like button or whatever, and I'll try to stay consistent. Like I said today, my damn internet, made a liar out of me. So sorry if it started an hour late. But I normally come on Monday through Friday, 7:30 p.m. unless something like today happened. Or if it ain't nothing to talk about. I do keep repeating things about the Bud Crawford situation or just his era period. Because believe it or not, when I tell y'all to leave a comment or get at me, y'all do. And these are the conversations I have. Some of these conversations that when I be talking about Bud and it seem like I'm repeating myself, it's just because I just had that conversation with somebody through email, on the phone, or whatever. I just had that conversation. And I'm telling you, man, them Bud haters and Eurosexuals are delusional. Lord have mercy. Like, they just can't believe they act like July 29th hasn't happened. That's the funny shit to me. So, but anywho, we're gonna be patient with them. We're gonna keep reminding them and keep retelling them, and hopefully one day it'll sink in. But until then, peace.
Definitely.